Hi everybody, this is Roxana, and I just wanted to make a short video to let you know how I'm doing. It's been 15 days since my surgery. I've been home for 13 of those days. I returned to work today, and I have to say I feel fine. I have energy. I don't feel tired even though I worked the whole day. I think taking 2 weeks like the doctor recommended was ideal. Not that I felt tired the first few days, because I didn't. I don't know if it's the B12 shot or if it's just psychological that I know that I had surgery, so I feel a lot more energy. Either way, I am super happy about having surgery. I don't regret it at all, even with the pain and the complications that I had the day after. I'm not sure if I told you, but while I was in the recovery room when they brought me out of surgery, apparently I stopped breathing. I don't remember anything. When I came in to check in, they did poke me like 4 times because they couldn't find a vein. Of course, I hadn't had anything to drink for at least 14 to 16 hours, so I was dehydrated, I guess. So they couldn't find my veins, and they needed to do 2 IVs, one on each arm, just in case one became infiltrated or got damaged during surgery. They could immediately switch over to the next. So they poked me 4 times, and then they asked me if I was feeling anxious. I said I wasn't, but they said they were still going to give me something to relax me. Next thing I know, I was in my room. But my mom says that I did stop breathing, and they were very concerned. They had to bring in a pulmonologist to check on me. So during my whole hospital stay, they had me on oxygen 24/7, and they had me on an oxygen monitor that beeped anytime my breathing would go down or below 90%. So my mom didn't sleep at all the first night. She was the one staying with me, and all I remember is telling my mom and my sister that I didn't want them to bring my kids over. Initially, I had thought after surgery, while I was back in my room, that I wanted to see my kids. Because, of course, when I left that morning, I kissed them and I cried because I was scared I was not going to see them again. You know, it's a mommy thing. You're always scared about what might happen, and you know about leaving your kids. So when I saw myself that I was in pain, that I wasn't comfortable, I didn't want to scare them. So I told them not to bring my kids over because I was really scared. And I don't know if it was an anxiety attack or a bad reaction to the whatever. I think it's propofol or something like that. The medicine that killed Michael Jackson. Whatever. I don't know if it was a reaction to that medication or if it was just an anxiety attack, but I felt extremely hot. I felt like I was overheated. All I wanted was ice. Of course, I couldn't have any ice because of the surgery, but they could put ice on me, and that's what they did. So that first night, I slept the whole night with an ice pack next to my side, so next to my incision, an ice pack behind my neck. So I slept over an ice bag the whole night. And then when they gave me the next round of pain medicine that first night that I didn't need because I wasn't really in pain, it was just gas pains. And those pretty much go away if you walk. So trust me, another tip, if they say walk, 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 walk until you can't walk anymore. That is what's going to get you feeling better. That's what's going to get that gas coming out of you. Either if you burp or you need to pass gas, walk. Gas-X, the strips, don't do the chewables because you can't have any water, so you're gonna have that chalky aftertaste after. So if you can get the Gas-X strips, awesome. Those are our lifesaver, but still, walk, walk, walk. That's what saved me. And if you can have something like pat your back while you're in bed, that also, like burping you like you're a baby, that also works great. What else? I felt overheated. They gave me that second round of pain medication that I didn't need and I didn't want. And I started feeling overheated again. So after I had started feeling better because I had walked all over the hallway, they gave me that medicine, which made me feel bad again. So the nurse immediately came over and she put some towels in ice water and she put some on my face and on my chest to see if that would make me feel better. They took my temperature. I wasn't having a fever. My blood pressure was high, but it's because I was in pain. I mean, your body is recovering from a big shock. I mean, they just cut 75 to 80% of your stomach. In my case, 80%. So it's normal for your blood pressure to be a little bit high. The next day, they gave me a vitamin drip. It was a huge bag of vitamins. And I had to go to the bathroom constantly, like once every hour. And it's very uncomfortable because you're in bed. I was a fall risk. So they had both guards, both bed rails up. And I had some massage like booties that they put on you to prevent blood clots. So I had those on. I had my IV. I had my oxygen and the oxygen monitor. So going to the restroom was really uncomfortable. I had to call someone. I needed assistance all the time. Thankfully, my mom was there, and when she wasn't, I would just call the nurse until I just started doing it myself. I started unhooking myself and just going because I had to go. I mean, they're giving you a lot of liquids because they want you to stay hydrated, but you can't take anything by mouth. So it's all IV. So that second day, I walked as much as I could. That second day, they did bring me, that first day after the post-operation, that's what I'm going to call it, 1 day post-op, they brought me chicken broth, I think that's the only thing they gave me, and Crystal Light. Crystal Light was a life changer. I added it to everything. Of course, I could only take it like an ounce at a time, but knowing that I could put something in my mouth made me feel a lot better because I had dry mouth and that's never comfortable and my lips were peeling even though I was using chapstick on them. But then the second day post-op, they brought me some vanilla pudding. And for me, that was heaven. I mean, having a little more consistency and going into full liquids made me feel a lot better and a lot stronger. I did add some protein, liquid protein to my vanilla pudding. Just, so I could become familiar with what I was going to do for the rest of my time on the full liquid diet. Since I had the sleeve, I only had to do full liquids for around 10 days. You're supposed to do them for 2 weeks, but when I went to see the doctor, I was at 10 days post-op, and the nutritionist said that I could start doing soft foods or pureed foods. So what have I done in pureed foods? I do mashed potatoes. I can only eat like 3 or 4 teaspoons at a time. I've done mashed salmon, just a little bit, salt and pepper, some garlic, because I need the flavor. Excuse me. And then I mash it with a fork, and that's what I eat. I can't eat more than 2.5 ounces of salmon, but that fills me up and it makes me feel full for a longer period of time. Whereas if I do mashed potatoes or just a vegetable, like mashed carrots or something like that, I'll feel hungry like every 2 to 3 hours. With the salmon, I can go about 4 hours without eating anything else. And keep in mind that you have to stop drinking 30 minutes before you eat, and you can't drink anything until 30 minutes after you eat. So that means I don't drink anything, I eat, don't drink anything, and then I start drinking water for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours before I put something else, anything solid in my stomach. I have stopped doing protein shakes. That might not be the wisest decision. I'm going to go back to that. I just received my order of Isopure unflavored, so I am going to add a scoop of that to my cooking, like when I do, not sure if I'm going to do it when I do soups, but if I do like a pudding or some baby food or anything like that during the puree stage or mashed potatoes, I will add a scoop. A scoop of Isopure has 25 grams of protein. So if you're taking in solid foods and you add that to one meal, you should be good for the day, which is what I'm looking forward to. I am so tired of gummy vitamins, but I still have to take them for about another 2 weeks. I am looking forward to starting adding food a little bit at a time, not because I feel hungry, because I don't. I honestly never feel hungry. But I want to see what things I can eat and what things don't sit well with me. I know a lot of people said eggs were difficult at first. For me, eggs have been a lifesaver. I can barely eat one egg, scrambled or hard-boiled. But it feels amazing when I eat it because it makes me feel full. And it's something I liked to eat before surgery, so I'm just glad I can eat it now. Just like the salmon. I am going to see if I can buy some cod or some sole and halibut to alternate the fish, because I don't want to have salmon every night, even though the omega-3 and the fatty acids and all that are good for you. I don't want to have to eat the same thing over and over because it gets tedious, and when you get tedious, you get bored and you start looking for anything else to eat. I can do soft cheeses, which is another great thing. And I love baby food, not the fruit ones. I like the dinner ones. So I got some chicken noodle and I'm looking for some turkey rice. And I'll eat that either for lunch or for dinner. I can have about half or a little bit more than half of the little plastic cup thing that you give babies. And I'm doing step 2. So there are no solids in it, even though I can chew them. I didn't find any step 3s. So I'm doing step 2. I am drinking a lot of H2O Splash. If you don't know what H2O Splash is, it is a product from a company called Melaleuca. Melaleuca is not sold in stores. It is only sold through the company itself. To join Melaleuca, it's sort of like a discount club like Sam's or Costco. So the annual membership is $19 a year. But right now we have an offer where you only pay $1 and you get your products from 20 to 30% off the listed price. So I bought some H2O Splash, which is their version of Crystal Light. The only reason I prefer that to the Crystal Light is it's 100% natural. There are no chemicals, there are no preservatives, and they have lemonade. They have several flavors, but I've tried the lemonade and the orange peach, and that tastes great. So I can even add some protein to that, and that'll be pretty good. Another thing that I've gotten from Melaleuca that I haven't had yet is the protein bars. Those I'll leave for the soft foods and when I can start doing solids. But everyone that's tried them says they're amazing. If you have any questions or you're curious about Melaleuca, because they have hair products, beauty products, household products, cleaning products, everything. If you're curious about that, just comment below or send me an email or a chat, and I will gladly share the information with you. I love all their products. So that's what I'm drinking. I'm also drinking tons of water. I know a lot of people say they prefer it room temperature. I can't do room temperature water. I need it to be really, really ice cold. So I'm doing ice cold water. And I'm trying to get to the 64 ounces a day. So I'm doing 64 ounces of water plus what I'm eating. So I think I am either at my goal or pretty close to it. Like I said, I feel great. I haven't had any complications. They took my drain out late last week, and that was great. My scars are healing nicely. Let me see if I have one that I can show you without showing too much. I don't know if you can see, but that is one. That's the biggest one, and that is where my drain was. And it already has the little scab, so the doctor said I could start swimming as soon as I had that. So I'm looking forward to getting into the pool this weekend. I have to start walking. I am committed to exercising because I know that that is an integral part of doing well. So far, I've lost 15 pounds in 15 days. I know some people lose more the first few weeks, but you know, this is not a race. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I am in this for the long run, and I am pretty psyched about having lost 15 pounds. My goal is to lose another 105 to 110. I don't know. Hopefully there will be a new me next year for my 35th birthday. Or I don't know, a pretty dramatic change. My birthday's on Christmas Day. So I still have some time to lose maybe another, I don't know, 30 to 40 pounds and see how I feel and how I look by Christmas. So again, thank you everybody for your thoughts, your wishes, your prayers, and your support. It really means a lot. If you haven't seen it, and if you're not my friend on Facebook, I have a travel agency page. It's Aquarella Concierge Travel. You can find that on Facebook. That's what I do. That's my passion. It's my business, and I love it. So if you need any help with your vacation, feel free. I also have a blog, and I stopped writing on my blog about 2 years ago, I'd say. I just did like random posts. But I'm going to start writing more about it. And yesterday I posted something about the journey to my weight gain. So if you're curious, it's on WordPress. Just comment below and I'll post a link below. So if anyone's interested, you can read it. And today I posted about my experience with the vertical sleeve surgery that day before and that surgery day. I promise I'll do another post either late this week or early next week when I'm at 3 weeks post-op. Again, thank you everybody for your support. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And thank you for joining me in this journey. I hope it helps someone. And if anybody needs, I don't know, any tips or anyone has any questions, feel free. I'm not doing this to be popular because I'm not really that type of person. I'm not someone that puts herself out there. But when I do, I am pretty open. So if this can help anybody, I am more than happy to help. So I look forward to the comments. Thank you very much and have a great one.